For years, most people assumed they understood the story. The public image appeared straightforward, even familiar. A famous couple, a fairy tale romance, and a supporting cast of friends who came and went quietly in the background. But as time passed and images resurfaced, some patterns became harder to ignore. Not because of rumor, but because of repetition. Certain photographs, once overlooked, began circulating again in early 2026. They were not new images, but their consistency across time made them feel new. In each setting, across different countries, events, and years, the same figure appeared alongside Meghan Markle. Not behind her, not in the distance. Always close, always present. Marcus Anderson had never been introduced to the public as a central figure. He did not give interviews. He did not seek attention. Yet his presence stretched back more than a decade and followed a remarkably consistent path through Meghan's public and private life. Long before royal titles or global attention, Meghan moved within creative and social circles connected to private members' clubs. These spaces were known not for publicity, but for discretion. Entry was not automatic. Access required approval, sponsorship, and trust. Marcus Anderson's professional role placed him at the center of that system. He did not begin his career in power. He worked his way upward, eventually becoming responsible for global membership decisions within one of the most exclusive private networks in the world. His job was access. His influence was proximity. His success depended on trust. Photographs from as early as 2014 show Meghan and Marcus attending events together, standing closely, interacting comfortably, appearing as a unit rather than casual acquaintances. Over time, these images multiplied. Fashion events, private gatherings, overseas trips, celebrations, and personal milestones all reflected the same dynamic. Industry observers began to notice that Meghan was rarely, if ever, photographed inside these private venues alone. She appeared as a guest, always accompanied by members or insiders. That detail mattered because club rules required guests to remain under the supervision of the member who invited them. The repetition suggested structure rather than coincidence. As Meghan's visibility increased, so did the importance of those early connections. Through the same social network, she met designers, business figures, media personalities, and eventually someone whose life existed entirely outside that world. The introduction itself was discreet, arranged away from cameras, within a private setting designed specifically for privacy. Marcus Anderson's role during this period was never publicly defined, yet it remained consistent. He coordinated spaces, facilitated introductions, and ensured discretion. Those were professional skills, not casual favors. They reflected experience in managing environments where privacy mattered more than attention. When Meghan's life entered a new phase, the public focus shifted entirely. Royal protocol replaced private clubs. Titles replaced anonymity. Yet Marcus did not disappear. He remained visible at major events, including celebrations and private gatherings, though rarely acknowledged directly. Years later, after relocations, public transitions, and major changes in direction, his presence continued. New photographs showed him appearing at family outings, international events, and fashion weeks. In some cases, his image was partially obscured, drawing attention not to his identity, but to the act of concealment itself. Public reaction intensified not because of scandal, but because of continuity. Relationships change. Circles evolve. Yet this connection remained intact across time, geography, and circumstance. Observers noted that Marcus Anderson was not publicly identified as a manager, advisor, or employee. He held no official title within Meghan's current projects. Still, his presence remained steady. In media analysis, consistency often signals significance. Behind all of this stood the larger institution that had enabled the early connections. A private network built on discretion, networking, and mutual benefit. Its founder had always emphasized privacy as the brand's core value. Silence was not avoidance. It was policy. Those who understood the culture of such spaces recognized that influence rarely announces itself. It operates quietly, behind closed doors, through trusted intermediaries. Marcus Anderson fit that description precisely. As public attention returned to these images years later, the narrative shifted. Not toward rumor, but toward reassessment. Not toward accusation, but toward understanding how access, proximity, and opportunity intersect in elite environments. Meghan's rise followed a path that aligned with strategic networking, careful positioning, and consistent support within influential circles. That does not diminish personal effort or ambition. It simply reflects how modern power operates. Marcus Anderson's role, whatever its full scope, was undeniably central during formative years. His continued presence suggests trust, loyalty, and shared history. Those qualities matter deeply in environments where reputations and discretion are currency. The images that resurfaced did not reveal secrets. They revealed patterns. Patterns do not demand conclusions. They invite reflection. Some stories are not about scandal. They are about structure, about how access is granted, about who stands beside you when doors open, about the people who remain long after the spotlight shifts. The photographs continue to circulate not because they shock, but because they endure. They show a connection that never faded, never retreated, and never required explanation to persist. In worlds built on influence rather than transparency, silence is often the loudest statement of all.